Hello YouTube, this is Walker Lion. I hope you're all having a good day. I am making a video on the Primordial Flame aspect of naturalism, one of the four elements that make up Neo-Naturalism. So, I'm going to start this off with explaining first what the Primordial Flame is and what it represents in society. Now, starting off from the very center, this is the symbol for the flame. If you all watch my previous videos, you know that the empty square is the chaotic masculine. Now, what the chaotic masculine is essentially friction. It's change. It's hyper aggressive chaos is really what it is. It's the agents of change in society. As an example, so we'll use the analogy of the forge. In the forge, forging, first off, requires all four elements of the natural world in order to create something, in order to build something. The primordial flame represents the heart of the forge. It's the flame of the forge. It is where creation is made, is where change is forced. It is where chaos reigns. When the primordial flame is put in its proper place, that is what it does. It innovates. It takes action and innovation. If a company is stifled and it's not really going anywhere, the ideal thing to do is to essentially force it in a position to change and to innovate. Say if a company is losing all of its money, what do? You go in, you fire basically everybody who ain't willing to put up the passions and the fight, if you will, to get the company back on track. And in that process of firing everybody and restructuring the company, you essentially forge it into what should be a money producing, well developed machine. On a more personal level, if you are stifled in your life, if you are not going anywhere, if you are having difficulty producing or wanting to do anything, you basically have to embrace the concept of fire, which is you have to essentially throw yourself in a situation that makes you uncomfortable, that forces change, that puts your mettle to the test, if you will, in order to enliven yourself and to break out of that stagnation. The military, as I've said before, also represents the primordial flame, because the military, in its core essence, should be what everything the primordial flame is, given form in society. It's supposed to be hyper aggressive, hyper competitive, all about conflict and change. It's, in a way, you can kind of view the military as the flame in the forge, where when it's properly unleashed, when it's allowed to, it's able to defeat and reform that enemy that needed to either be wiped out or reformed, right? When it comes to the elementals, when it comes to the clans of the primordial flame and the flame kingdom, Of course, it's represented in the zodiac by the three um, fire elementals: Sagittarius, Leo, and Aries. As you can see, I have them all organized in a particular way within Fire Kingdom, and I've used the pyramid as a way to better represent their placement the primordial within the primordial flame. We'll start off with Sagittarius. Now, Sagittarius, if you want to understand what each one of these elementals represent within the flame, think of an actual flame. Sagittarius is the embers that burn off into the ether, if you will. They are the distance travelers. They are the truth seekers. They are the vagabonds, the influencers, if you will. They in a way they're the scouts. They are the gurus who go out into the world to learn what's out there and to bring it back to share with everybody else. Their natural place is to gain knowledge of the outer, to master it, and to bring it back. They are the teachers. They are also the influencers, because they can in many ways be the ones who spread the flame themselves across the outer world. Leos, if you want to understand what Leos are, just think of the flame. Think of the flame body, right? When everybody thinks of a fire, they always think of the flame body, the orange, yellowish aspect, the flickering aspect of it. They also think of the warmth generated from the fire. That is Leo. Leo is the body of the flame. Leo is the representative of the flame. They are the face of the flame. And they are also the ones who express the nature of the flame to other people in a way that is tangible and respectable. Leos are also the life givers, if you will. They are the ones who inspire. They are the zest. Leos are the glow, the warmth of the flame. They give it they represent its nobility, if you will. They represent its charm. They are what everybody pictures when it comes to fire, both at a campfire where everybody's gathered around, warming themselves up, enjoying stories, laughing, telling jokes, as well as what people think of when they think of forest fires. The grand flames just burning the entire forest to ash in this grandiose show of chaotic energy, if you will. They represent both aspects, and they are the representatives of those aspects, the dramatic as well as the comforting. And then we get to Aries. Aries represents the spirit of the primordial flame. They are the very center of the flame. They are the spark. They are the ones who are the hottest of the flame, the most intense, the most pressured, the most focused. Aries is the spirit that pushes the flame outward and makes it bigger, makes it better, makes it more visible. They're also the spirit of the flame in terms of its hyper competitive nature. its most aggressive tendencies, its most domineering qualities. They also represent its indomitable spirit, its hyper focused nature, as well as its destructive characteristics. So well, let's not forget about that. But it represents flames. It represents the indomitable spirit of the primordial flame. Where everyone else will quit, Aries keeps going. Where everybody else thinks that this is too much or this is too hard, Aries says it's not hard enough. um, Aries really represents what the primordial flame is at its core, which is just this hyper masculine, aggressive focus that can very easily turn into a forest fire when it is allowed to become chaotic. Each one of the elementals in their respective area within the Fire Kingdom are able to, when they are allowed to, are able to assist each other in making the primordial flame and the fire of civilization, if you will, lighten up. They when they're allowed to do what they do, they bring the spirit of civilization. They bring the spirit of mankind to where it is enlivened. And it's not stagnant. It's not fearful. It's able to push regardless of its fear. These three help each other in focusing their temperaments and really pushing each other, really allows each other to push one another to newer heights of exceptionalism. When they get together, are able to enliven a group and inspire, and to such a degree that by themselves are not able to as effectively. They are able to make change where change is needed, and they are able to destroy that which must be destroyed in order to allow life to flourish. I thank you all for watching my video. If you have any comments about it, please leave it down in the comment section, of course. I would greatly appreciate any banter that I might have, just because this is a work in progress and I'm still trying to figure out how to make it and develop it. And I greatly appreciate your time in watching my video. I hope you all have a good day, and I hope to talk to you all again in the next video. Bye.